Hello world, welcome to CyberCreate, and today in this video we are going to create a real-time cryptocurrency price tracking app using Python. This app can get you the price of any coin of your choice, whether it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum or any coin of your choice. So it's going to be great. If you're new to our channel, consider subscribing. So without any further ado, let's just start our code. Okay, the first thing that we are going to need is to get a website that is going to provide us with this all coin prices. So we are going to use this website named coincap.io. This is an awesome website, and this website provide API for free, and you can use that API to get the price of any cryptocurrency. That is what we are going to do. So on this website, you can just simply go over here and click on API. And here is the documentation of how you can use API, and it also provides how you can use with the certain programming language, for instance like Java, C, C++, for whatever language you are comfortable in. It will just give you the code and you can just use that API. Here I will be using the Python requests, so I will just select here as the language as Python. You can just choose any other language of your choice, but I'll go with Python. Once you have selected here, you are just going to scroll this little down, and here is the code like import request, import payloads and all the things like that. So we are going to need it. So let us I have already opened up my Jupyter notebook. Well, this will be the thing where I will be coding. You can use VS Code or any other stuffs, but I am using Jupyter as it is easy to explain you what the code is actually doing with the help of Jupyter. So let us just start. The first thing that we are going to do is to import some of the important libraries that we are going to need. Okay, here are some of the libraries that we will need. It will be, the first one is request, so that we can actually send the request to that website and get that data from the website. This framework will do that. And the pandas SPD, we are basically going to get the data and we are going to convert into a data frame so that we can actually use it for further analysis, for machine learning, deep learning or other stuffs like that. And the third one is time. Well, when we are collecting the data, we also need to grab the time at which the price was that. Like at 10:15 the price is this much, and 10:16 the price is this much. For that we are going to use the time. So this is all the things that is required. Let me simply run it. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to just simply copy paste this code. Just copy it and we can just simply paste it. Well, we have already imported request, so we can delete that. And now you can just simply run it. Okay, and when you are going to run it, it is going to give an error, and here is a fix. Here is what it should be. You can just simply go copy the link, paste it here, and just see, here is all the coin prices, but it is kind of gibberish which you can't understand. Well, let us go back to the website and see. Well, here is how the output should look like. Data, and there is ID for every coin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple and things like that. So first we need to convert this into some format that we can basically understand. So for that we can just convert it into a dictionary or JSON format that you know. So for doing that we can just write, okay, here is our code. Request JSON is equal to response.json. It is just going to convert this line, this UTF-8 line into a JSON format, and then here we can easily see our data, like data is equal to ID Bitcoin. This is same as our this. And now what we are going to do, now once we have the data, now we can just simply get the price of Bitcoin. So for getting that price of Bitcoin, we can just write response JSON, and in response JSON it is inside the dictionary and the key is data, so we can just simply write data, and inside data it is a list, and in that list the Bitcoin is at number 0 and then at 1 it is Ethereum, and this list is again the dictionary now. And in this till now we have selected this branch, and again we have to get the ID. If we are going to get the ID, it will simply say Bitcoin, and if you want to get the price, you can just simply replace the ID and you can just simply write okay, or we can just simply copy this, paste it here, and if you are going to get the price, it is in price USD, you can just simply copy this and simply paste it here, and here we can get the price of Bitcoin. Well, this is the real-time price of Bitcoin, but we are going to make it even more awesome. We are going to code it like every minute get me the coin price of every different coin, because we are going to get of Bitcoin, Ethereum and Litecoin and every one of them. So for that, what we can do, we can basically loop through all of the coins that we are going to need. So first, basically see all the coins that are present in this API. For that, we can just use a simple loop. C is equal to 0. Well, I will tell you why we are using this C is equal to 0. Then we can just write for I in response.data. We can just simply copy and paste it here. And now we can just simply print. We need to find the coin name, so we are just going to print the ID here. We can just, and here is, let me write the C. This is basically the count, like at what index, like at 0 it is Bitcoin, at 1 it is Ethereum, things like that. So we are basically using the C, and for here we can write I of ID, and now here we can just simply increment our C and we can just simply run it. And here you can see at 0 it is Bitcoin, at 1 it is Ethereum, at 2 it is this coin, at 3 it is Ripple, and all the coins you can see here till 99. Here we get 99 different varieties of coins, but in this example we are going to go over 4 to 5 of the coins and we are going to see how we can access them in real time. Now let us see how we can work with one coin and that we can enlarge to every coins out there. So for that we can just simply write Bitcoin is equal to response JSON data is equal to 0 of 0, because that is what Bitcoin is, and we can just simply run it. And in Bitcoin, if you just write Bitcoin, you are basically going to see ID, market price USD and price in USD and things like that. Well, we don't need any other of them, we just need ID and the price in USD, and that is it. So for that we can just write a single code. Here's the key. Well, I already have written the code so that we don't waste time much thinking and searching on the Google. So here is the key. Key is equal to ID and price USD, means we want ID and we want the price in USD. And then we are going to just map it to the bitcoin.get. Bitcoin.get will just get the ID and the price in USD and it will be in a list. That is what this basically command is going to sell. And here you can, once you run it and just print the values, and here you get the price in Bitcoin and 9094 and the price is this. So this is the main thing that we are going to implement to get every coin price. We are just going to create a dictionary, and that dictionary key will be the ID like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum and the things like that, and it will contain the price. So let us just do that. So here is the code, and here what we are going to do for I in range 3. And 3 means we are going to take the top 3 coins like 0, 1 and 2. This is basically going to index through all our coins list, and then we are going to again send the response, because we want the things in real time. So we have to send the response again and again and again. And that is why we are calling them inside our loop. We have already seen this code, and then response.json, then this is just basically going to convert them into the JSON format. This also we have seen. And then key is equal to price, ID and USD. We want ID as well as USD. And values, and we simply get the values that we are going to get here, and then we can print the values. And then coin is equal to value of 0. We get the coin in the variable name coin. Here is the name of the coin like Bitcoin, because it will be here, like here you say it is of 0th and this is the first index, so value will be in value. This will be the value and the coin will be inside the Bitcoin, and the price of this will come to our price variable. And here we have initialized the empty dictionary, and we are saying here if the coin is not in dictionary, means if the Bitcoin is going to come for the very first time, we are just going to simply add the name of the coin, and then we are just going to simply add the price. Like here it will be Bitcoin, and then the price will simply get added. Else, if the coin is there, we are just going to simply keep on adding the price more and more and more. So let us just simply run this and see. It might take time depending upon your internet connection, because it is just going to send the data to your server of coincap.io, and then it is going to respond back. So please have some patience. Okay, now the things have started. Okay, now we have gathered the data of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether, and their price in USD. But this is not what we wanted. We want to keep on getting the price. So for that we need another loop, and so let us just see how we are going to use another loop. Okay, now let us see like how you can add the timestamp here, because we need to also get the time at what the price was that. So for that we can just use this time will just basically give you the time, and this is basically to show you how we are going to use the time inside our program. So now we have to write a loop that is going to get all the prices of the Bitcoin and keep on getting them, as well as it is also going to track our timestamp. So for that, here is our code. I just simply copy pasted it from my previous work. So well, x is equal to 5 means we are going to use this loop for the 5 time, and we are going to just append 5 times the changes in the price of the Bitcoin. So let us just simply, so that is what we are doing here. D is equal to timestamp. We just simply created a dictionary with the key of timestamp. Then we are just going to simply append timestamp dot append time dot time. We are just appending the time at which this second loop is going to start. And in second loop we are just going to simply, this is basically our code for in range. This same code is here. We are going to get the response, we are going to get the price, and we are just in this step what we are just simply adding is to keep on getting the price, and we are just also adding the timestamp here. So let me just simply run this code, and this code will also take time because we are going to get the price of Bitcoin, all the coins, 5 times. First price of Bitcoin, then after some time the price of Bitcoin, and things like that. So it may take little while, so have patience. And once we are going to get it, it will be stored in our dictionary, and with the help of dictionary we can just simply convert into the data frame, and with the help of data frame we can also store in the form of CSV. Well, and once it is stored in CSV, you can just simply perform some of the analysis here. And we can also create a web app that just keeps on telling the cryptocurrency price, something like CoinCap itself. We can just create something with the help of Python, and with the help of the Flask or Django, whatever you want to use, we can create something like that too. So we might be creating it, so don't forget to subscribe. Okay, it is taking quite a bit long. Okay, if you are going to get stuck anywhere, you can just simply ask them into the comment section, or first you try to use DuckDuckGo. Well, not Google, of course, because Google is not so great for coding. So now here we have finished our loop, so we can just simply print the dictionary. Here is the timestamp, but it's not so great. It's a Ripple, Ethereum, Bitcoin CSV. But what we can do, we can just convert into a data frame. So for converting to data frame, we can just search, or well, I actually know the code, I will just paste it. Okay, now we have successfully converted our dictionary into a data frame of containing 4 columns, of actually 5. Well, you can use this loop for infinite time, and we can just create a data frame, and we can also create a CSV file, and we can just upload it to Kaggle so that other people may also benefit with that. But we are not going to do that for now. So for here we have the data frame. Now we can perform data analysis here. But if you want to save this result, we can just convert this into a CSV file, and it is too easy to convert data frame to CSV. You have to just simply write df to CSV and name of the file. First, let me save this to a data frame. Just df is equal to, and now our df have that thing. You can just simply write df, and df is containing the data frame, and df to CSV. Here you can just simply press a tab and it will give you option to CSV, and you can just basically specify the name of CSV file that you want to take. We can just write crypto crypto.csv, and this have basically converted our list to a CSV file. We can just simply go to our file manager. Let me open up my file manager, and from there we can just simply go out there. We can go to users, and here it should be. Here is the crypto.csv that we have created, and here you can see it is basically created a timestamp, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and things like that. So this was all for this video, and hope you basically like this video. And if you are interested in more videos like that, consider subscribing to our channel. And if you have more ideas related to Python programming or stuff like that, you can just basically ask them in the comment, and we will make a video on that. So thanks for watching.